Hey, it's Meat Magazine here with yet another video that's exposing this whole Nazi black feminist agenda, the interracial dating, interracial marriage, interracial fucking agenda, and the agenda, the racist agenda to imprison black men and to destroy and dismantle the black family forever. Okay? Now, this is the second video in a series of a very important playlist. And the first one was about Black Girls Rock. Strongly suggest you check out the whole playlist that this video is in, and you'll be able to definitely learn something. Now, before I get into what Azealia Banks said about Wale and said about black men and her more than a preference for white men, before I get into what this mentally ill person, let me rephrase that for legal reasons, seemingly mentally ill, according to my assessment and opinion. Not that she's ever been diagnosed. Let me put that disclaimer out there. Let me go ahead and read to you what I wrote on my blog, and I posted a couple of videos that I want you guys to see. So please visit my blog and check these videos out. Let me go ahead and get into this. Black feminist agent of destruction, musician, and Illuminati puppet Azealia Banks got into a huge argument on Twitter recently with fellow rapper Wale. Azealia revealed the plan of black feminists unknowingly. It's not that she meant to reveal the plan, but she revealed the plan of black feminists to marry and mate with white men, imprison and destroy black men, and dismantle the black family forever. And yes, this is an actual plan. It's real. It's the true plan and the hidden agenda of black feminists from the top on down to the bottom. Now, before I read to you the tweets that were posted on Twitter with the conversation between Azealia and Wale, wanted to tell you about the two videos that I posted on my blog. So in 2010, two videos emerged on YouTube. Both of them spoke about the same thing. A hidden black female controlled agenda ran by feminists that was set forth to destroy the black family, beginning with men. Now, in the first clip that I posted, an older white woman physically attacks and harasses a black male postal worker over some mail. She calls him the N-word. She physically attacks him. She terrorizes him and tells him he is, in so many words, stupid and can't help his lack of intelligence because he was simply born black. To make things worse, he was born a black male. Therefore, he is the dumbest of dumb, according to her beliefs. She also says, quote, "You killed Martin Luther King. You N-words turn on each other. You're stupid. You turn on me. I'm your leader. You're dumb. You can all go under." Now, while that is all offensive and scary and condemnable, the part that a lot of people let go basically right over their heads, which is also the most important part of the video, is when she said, quote, "The black women are against the black men because they've been exploited so much. They're with the Hitleresque people. They're with the white people. They work against black men underneath it all." One more time. The black women are against the black men because they've been exploited so much. They're with the Hitleresque people. They're with white people. They work against black men underneath it all. In other words, a hidden agenda. Now, Hitleresque white people working with black women to destroy black men. I guess we all know why they call them feminazis. They are literally following Hitler's death and destruction model, but instead of killing so-called Jews, their intended target is black American men and boys. That's why those black feminist groups didn't come out when Tamir Rice was shot by that police officer. What did Black Girls Rock do for Tamir Rice? Remember the police officer who rolled up on the 12-year-old boy at the park with a toy gun? Police officer said that he told him to put the gun down 3 times. Then when the surveillance video popped up, come to find out the cop basically just rolled up, jumped out of the car and shot him in the stomach, killed the 12-year-old boy. Anyways, if you don't know what I'm talking about, just go ahead and visit my blog, the link below in the description box, and you'll be able to see this woman go on her racist rant against the postal worker and whatnot. I posted 2 clips. I posted the short clip with just the part where she said what she said about black women. Then I posted the full clip, which is about 4 minutes. Now, the short clip is like less than 20 seconds. I think 16 or 17 seconds. But anyways, Now, the only reason why I'm talking about all this other stuff, prefacing it before I even get into what Wale and Azealia Banks said, is because there's so much information that I just want to make sure that I put things out there all together, because I'm going to expose the whole damn thing, because I have some information that nobody else has in the world. But wait for it. So anyways, now the second video clip, which I posted on my blog, also emerged in 2010. It was a video posted by a black female YouTube personality named Statuesque One. So you can't say it was a black man bashing black women if you're dumb enough to say something like that. This is a black woman. Once again, a black woman. It wasn't a black man that said this. She had a conversation with a black female feminist who confirmed there is indeed an agenda, just like the woman in the racist postal worker attack video discussed. Statuesque One says she had a conversation with a young black feminist she believes was trying to recruit her. She wanted to know why this young woman believed what she believed, seeing she was a feminist and all. So she told the feminist that all of the things black feminists wanted to achieve had already basically reached their aims. You know, black women can go to work and to school, they could choose to not get married and survive and live well. And according to their bragging, they not only reached equality with black men, but have surpassed black men in every area anyway. So what's the need for black feminism in modern times? And the woman told her the reason why they have it is for prevention. When she asked what needed to be prevented, the woman told her what she calls the plan. Basically, this woman preaches the plan to as many young black women as she can in youth groups, church groups, schools, and wherever else she can get a moment alone with these girls. The black feminist believes that black men are on a quest to gain social and economic equality with white men. Pause it right there. That would be a good thing, right? If black men had as much money as white men. What black woman would want to stop that, right? Check this shit out. The black feminist believes that black men are on a quest to gain social and economic equality with white men for the sole purpose to oppress black women, the way that white men oppressed white women. And black men want for black women to believe black is beautiful, wear natural hairstyles, you know, afros, dreadlocks, things of that nature, to make black women unattractive to other races of men so they can rule over black women. She also believes this was the sole purpose of the civil rights movement. And if racism is ever stopped, black men will be able to make this happen. In other words, the black female feminists are keeping racism going, such as Black Lives Matter. Those are some feminists, for the record, that are pimping the whole protesting game for their own selfish reasons. But we'll talk about that BS another time, because that's about some gay and feminist shit on the down low. Anyways, the black feminist woman that Statuesque One spoke with went on to say that black men are powerless, and the black feminists plan to keep it that way. Furthermore, they plan to diminish black men even further with the help of white men, white women, and low-class black women. Now, she goes on to mention that the promotion of poorly behaved black women, you know, like the ones that we see on reality TV, the ones that we see such as Azealia Banks and whatnot, these black women that I make these videos about, and I talk about how poorly behaved they are and I shun them and whatnot. She went on to mention that the promotion of poorly behaved black women, reality TV shows, all this other stuff, I'm just interjecting that part right here. The fact that black feminists do not typically call out these unruly women for behaving so badly is all done by design, because a negative image of black women in the media is being used as a tool, and it has a purpose. It has the purpose of turning black men off to black women for the purpose of getting black men to marry white women. Yes, she also informed, in other words, that's what they want. She doesn't want black men with black women. She also informed Statuesque that white women are almost as powerless as black men, and the whole point is to take whatever power white women do have left away from them, and then for the black feminists to move in and take white men away from white women and marry the white men themselves. She also said the woman told her what makes the whole thing so beautiful is white men control everything, you know, the movie industry, the music industry, etc., the media, all that good stuff. So they could promote whatever image of black men they choose to and convince them being a criminal, a musician, a sports star, comedic buffoon, drug dealer, etc., 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 is the key to success. And highly educated black men are not being promoted, which makes them unattractive to all women. And the one black man, the one who is a positive image and example, is President Barack Obama. However, he himself is against black men also, and he promotes black men as being low-life, deadbeat bums. Pause the story right there. Remember when Barack Obama was calling black men thugs, but he never called white men thugs? Anyways, in the meantime, black women are, according to this woman, are becoming more educated and successful, and white men are noticing it, and black women are letting them know that they are interested in the white men as well, so the feeling is mutual. So she also goes on to say, in the future, black women will be perceived as strong and independent to white men, and trashy low-class women will be all there is left for black men to marry. The well-to-do black men will be destroyed and practically non-existent because they were not being promoted. So a lot of black men, would not try to achieve a certain level of status. So not only would they not try to achieve that, but the ones, for the most part, but the ones that actually do, the ones that are well-to-do black men, so-called good black men, nobody's going to want them anyway, because that's not an image that will be promoted to women in the first place. In other words, they'd be invisible. Oh, they'll be there, but you won't even be able to see them. Anyway, she said it will only take a couple of generations to bring this demonic vision into fruition. So I'll let that serve as your intro. After watching those videos that are on my blog, and after hearing what I'm about to tell you that your girl Azealia Banks said on Twitter, I need you to come back and make sure you leave a message letting me know what the hell you think about it all. So somebody named King Neptune 31 said on Twitter, maybe you're around the wrong black men. Laughs out loud. I know a lot of black men who would support, love, and protect you. Azealia Banks replied by saying, they would, but they don't. Even when my suffering in public, no one steps out to protect me. Let's see. She also went on to say, as you should be. With that said, I am a very generous woman. I share with everyone I come into contact with. Wale, the rapper, said, we are all terrified of you. Public embarrassment is a real fear. You probably have thousands of people scared to say anything to you. To which Azealia replied by saying, maybe the fear comes from realizing that there is something stronger than the almighty black man, that there was someone before him. When white men showed up on our shores with guns and technology, you black men sold us out for guns and Christianity. The only prosperity Africa ever saw was under female rule. We birthed, nurtured, and educated you all, and you turned around and sold us out. And you lot continue to sell us out and throw shadows on us as you all continue to compete with white men. Black women are never good enough for the black man, and I've spent more than enough time being belittled and disregarded by black men. She also went on to say, at Wale, so much time that I'm ready to kill him for my own survival. Yes, that's right. She said she's ready to kill black men. Black men do not actively contribute to my survival, and I will kill. Wale replied by saying, or the ones that like the street N-words because it gives them an edge. Azealia said, each and every one of them that gets in my way. Now, when Azealia said the thing about technology and guns being given to black men to sell out black women, along with Christianity also being exchanged for black women, how could you get overthrown if they had guns as well? That's so stupid. But anyways, Wale replied to her by saying, nah, we was in Nigeria. We got here in the 80s. In other words, Wale's letting her know, like, look, I'm a dude from Africa. I'm not even from America. Like, you got the wrong guy here. But anyways, Azealia went on to say, no, I come from real slave blood. My grandmother is 2/3 Jewish. My father was a sharecropper with Bayesian blood. So until a black man comes along who's willing to hoist me up on the pedestal I belong on, I'll settle for the confusing, contradictory, counterproductive pedestal that white men put me on. At least there, I can be a woman and enjoy being desired. Wale said, we all here for it. We all want to be happy, and being appreciated is a major key to that in conjunction with self-appreciation. So Wale so far hasn't said anything wrong. Azealia replied by saying, and enjoy being told that I'm beautiful and that I'm smart and important to someone. Us quote unquote angry black women have to take it wherever we can get it. Black men constantly desexualize us and make reasons for why we aren't good enough, and I honestly despise them all for it. For all of you black women that like to say not all, Azealia Banks just said all. So make sure you go to her Twitter and let her know not all. Okay, thank you. Black men constantly desexualize us and make reasons for why we aren't good enough, and I honestly despise them all for it. It's bad, but I can't help it. I can't keep begging for acceptance from the people who are supposed to understand me the most. Now you see how she said that she's accepting the acceptance from white people because they place her on a false pedestal as a false idol. To which Wale replied by saying, a lot of black men chase other ethnicities for the same reason. In other words, we're talking about self-hatred here. So Wale went on to say, some of us appreciate black women. Like I said, the pedestal is roomy and constantly occupied by those who deserve it. To which Azealia responded by saying, again, a black man making reasons for why his woman isn't good enough. This hurts me so much. Wait a minute. How are you my woman when you just said that you hate me? You want to fucking kill me. You want to kill us all. You want to commit genocide against black men, and that white men put you on a pedestal, so therefore you worship them. She went on to say, again, a black man making reasons for why his woman isn't good enough. This hurts me so much. Once you lot realize that we are the only true friends you have on this planet, the black race will succeed. Until then, I'll be looking for the whitest man I can find in spite of you. In other words, she's with white men to spite black men. Just like I said, that black women who are swirlers or date outside their race are generally psychopaths. Are you guys starting to finally see why I said that? I was shunned for saying it. However, it needed to be said, and I'm going to keep on saying it. Women who date outside their race, black women, let me be specific, black women who are quote unquote swirlers, who date outside their race, particularly with white men, are generally psychopaths. That's why I call them psycho swirlers. And they want to cause as much harm and as much pain and as much discomfort to black men as possible. And a lot of them are part of this agenda that I warned you guys about in the first place. Anyway, back to these messages. I'm heated, excuse me. I just had somebody threaten my fucking life. So anybody who has a problem with that, too bad. Imagine if Wale said this shit about black women. Could you fucking imagine if Wale said he wanted to kill all black women and that he puts white women on a pedestal because they put him on a pedestal or some stupid shit? Could you imagine the backlash? You want to talk about privilege? The two most privileged fucking people in America are white men and black women. Goddamn right I said it. Back to what this crazy freaking psychopath had to say about black men and how great white men are. Until then, I'll be looking for the whitest man I can find in spite of you. Wale said, to each his or her own. Everybody has a reason they like what they like. It's 2016. We shouldn't even care, right? Once again, he's being a fucking gentleman about it. So she went on to say, black women will lead the revolution, and you black men will not reap any of the benefits. You will pay for this. I promise. In other words, not even just a threat, a fucking promise. This woman is a celebrity saying that she's going to kill all the black men, get revenge, fuck as many white men as she can. The whitest white man, fucking Casper the Ghost. And remember, this woman is a witch. If you visit her Instagram page, she admits that she's a witch and has all of her witchcraft shit, books and different trinkets and skulls and shit. Straight fucking weirdo. Anyways, Wale gave some damn good advice, some great advice. He said, fathers, kiss your princesses and queens. It matters so much. Hashtag all pedestals matter. Now check this shit out. Azealia said, fuck you, Wale, and fuck you forever. If I could put all the N-words who think like you in jail, I would. That's right. This black woman disagrees with you. So she wants black men to go to jail. But remember, she wants black men dead anyway. I've seen a lot of black women say stuff like this about how they love it when black men die and promoting that black women not care about black men and bragging about putting black men in jail. I have a bunch of videos with black women saying stuff like this coming, for the record. This is very widespread. It's an epidemic. And they love to brag about how they like to date and fuck white men in spite of black men. It's a whole bunch of them. I'm going to expose the whole thing. So Wale said, but what did I do? I'm trying to understand how a convo where I'm defending my brothers turned into that. She also went on to say, because N-words, once again with the ERS, like you, are in my motherfucking way. That's right, you get in her way, she wants you dead. Wale said, nappy and happy. I just tried to have a decent conversation at Azealia Banks. That was his reply to her motherfucking way message. Anyway, Wale goes on to say, still ain't call you out your name or disrespect you still. In other words, letting her know, you think that I'm your enemy, but I'm not the one going out of my way to try to hurt you. Azealia replied by saying, I need you lot gone because all the work black women do with their heads gets undone by black men's feet. You're a proverb, you should know. Realize that you are not king. Black woman is queen. And you only get to be king by being anointed by she. Wale said, still here, ignoring negative energy, trying to. She's more than negative energy, for the record. This is the devil. So she said, realize that you are not king. Black woman is queen. And you only get to be king by being anointed by she. So Wale said, and you talk bad about black men, I stand up for us, keeping it respectful whole tea. Then you kirk out and want to throw us in jail? So Azealia went on to say, for every black female accomplishment, black male ideology takes 4 steps backwards. Black men are always trying to heckle black women, always trying to question us instead of listening. Actually, it's literally exactly the other way around. Black women don't listen to black men definitely listen to black women. That's not the issue. Anyway, she goes on to say, at AlexFKA, every other race of man ferociously protects his women, except for the black man. Black men make excuses for his inadequacy. Now, I guess she doesn't know about all that rape going on over there in Europe with those immigrants and whatnot. Some other things that are going on in the world. I might make a separate video about that one comment in itself. I could literally make over probably 2 or 3 dozen videos off of the different things that she talked about here. And they could all possibly be 20 to 45 minutes in length because of the just ridiculous lies that she's telling. It's unfreaking believable. Anyways, finally, Wale said, I'm telling you this, why black men so misunderstood sometimes. Even when some of us try to understand, wahala ensues. Finally, Azealia Banks left these comments. She said, he deflects and tells her she's angry or too bold or too proud, yet he will be the one who gets left behind. Somebody named the Lion said, basically, Azealia Banks, you sound like you really hate black men. You sound like that to us black men. To which she replied by saying, I do. Black men make me feel as though I'm hard to love and I hate them for it. Now, she responded to Wale's comment about how when you try to reach out to a black woman and understand her, wahala ensues. And she said, because you lot are asogbo in the fucking flesh. So let's get this straight. She can demean and degrade black men, demonize them, call them all sorts of names, wish death on them, wish that they go to jail, say that she wants to kill all black men. And the way that black men are apparently supposed to react to all of it is say, we need to protect these black women who are basically saying that they want black men to all be dead anyway. Now, does that sound like somebody who's loyal to you? Do you sound like that's somebody who you can partner up with? Does that sound like your friend? Could you imagine if a black man said not even half of what she said? If a black man just said, I don't like women with a certain type of hair. Or I prefer women with a certain type of complexion. Just anything as small as that would have black women rallying. It would have black women absolutely losing their freaking minds because it affects them. Now, since she's talking about black men, black women, of course, once again, as fucking always, black women did not come to black men's aids. There's not a bunch of articles being written about this right now, shunning her and talking about how she needs to be thrown in a mental institution. There's not a bunch of articles with people talking about how this crazy person needs to be thrown in jail for threatening basically to commit genocide against black men. And she promised that she would get her quote unquote revenge. How many people did you hear basically condemning her and saying that she needs to be in jail for what she said? How many people? Can you count them all in one hand? I bet you can't count them because it's the number's at 0. And you start at least at 1 when you begin counting, right? So anyway, my whole point of saying this is this. All of you black women who come to my comment section and cry about every little thing that I say where I ever mention a black woman, and you just cry and cry your fucking eyes out because you're so upset that I ever said anything that could even be perceived as offensive to a black woman, because I'm not sitting up there praising you every goddamn 5 minutes. What do you have to say to Azealia Banks, who wished genocide against me? I'm willing to bet none of you black women who came to my comment section running your fucking mouths over mere opinions are going to say shit to her about the threats that she made. So how do I take it all? The fact that black women who flock to my channel whenever I say any little thing about nothing, absolutely nothing, just stupid stuff. I make comedy videos about how a woman has beautiful hair, and it's not the type of hair that they would consider to be black hair. It might be some mixed woman or something. I'll talk about how beautiful her hair is, and I receive all sorts of hate comments. Hell, I receive hate comments when I call a woman beautiful. They're like, you thirsty. She isn't all of that. All sorts of crazy shit. They have all this fire in their belly over it. But this woman can sit up here, type in the internet that she wants to kill all black men. Let me tell you black women something. The next time a Daniel Holtzclaw situation happens where some cop rapes 13, 18, however many black women, or a Sandra Bland type of situation comes up, you know what the fuck I'm going to do? I'm going to make a video about it. And I'm going to condemn that person, because that's what we should all be doing. Because right is right and wrong is wrong, no matter who's doing it and who the person is that they're doing it to. Period. That's the end of discussion. We may not hate you, but I definitely know the majority, the strong majority. If it's not all, it's almost all black women hate all black men. I'm convinced of it now, because I didn't see any major backlash from black women. You know, none of those articles from those feminists, you know, none of those chicks from Ebony or those other places. And I bet you, I'm willing to bet good money that Black Girls Rock would at this point say that Azealia Banks still rocks, even after saying that. I'm willing to bet good money on it. And one of the most disturbing things, other than the threats that this person posted on social media, Azealia Banks, is the fact that she also praised white men and thanked them. She had to make sure she thanked white men while condemning black men. There's a pattern here. This is why I have so many videos of the same type of rhetoric coming. And some of you guys are going to be shocked, but I literally see it all the time. If not every day, then at least about every other day. I would say at bare minimum 3 times a week, literally, I see at least 1 or 2 black women saying things like what Azealia Banks said. Maybe not as much. The dialogue may have not been this lengthy, but some of those points about how black men allegedly have their foot on black women's necks, that the black man is to blame for the downfall of black women, that rather the current conditions, that black women are basically going to rule over black men someday, that they want black men dead, that they want to kill black men, that their preference is white men and they love to fuck white men, all of this other shit. I literally see it multiple times a week. You want to talk about a silent epidemic? This is a silent epidemic. Apparently, it's the mental problems of a lot of black women. And when you call it out, they say you're black woman bashing. Now, you want me to wait around for a psychopath like Azealia Banks to pick up a gun and start killing people? Oh, that's right. As long as they kill black men, black women, for the most part, won't fucking care anyway. Just remember this. If this is a black man that said it, that would be the only way you can understand. Black man can't even disagree with you without quote unquote bashing you. Black woman could threaten black men. You won't say shit. Black men know who your real friends are. Anyways, let me know what you think about it all below. Be sure to subscribe to the Meat Magazine YouTube channels. Visit meatmagazine.blogspot.com. Follow me on Twitter at Meat Magazine. Azealia Banks, I think you need to be evaluated. I think you need to, no, then again, if she was ever put on medication, if she isn't on some already, she'd probably just act worse. I think that you should be in jail. Those are terroristic threats. And what type of person makes terroristic threats? Terrorists, right? Didn't Sarah Palin just say that she was going to sue your ass? Oh, and before I go, one more thing. For all of you people wondering why I call women who swirl or date outside the race, particularly with white men, I call them swirling psychopaths. And I say that they're dangerous, and I don't trust black women who date white men. Who don't. First of all, I don't trust black women who date outside of their race at all. But if they date white men, forget about it. I don't want you as a fucking subscriber. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want you near me. I know you already declared yourself the fucking enemy, and that's fine. That's just all well and good. I don't want you near me. You don't have to subscribe to me. You don't have to listen to me. If you've ever been with a white man before, I don't give a fuck. It was your past. It doesn't matter. Like, if you've ever been with a white man before and you're a black woman, you were dangerous, and I know you are. I know you've already declared yourself my enemy, and I get it. I get it, because I'm telling you, I see the exact same patterns, the exact same things being said, and it's by black women that mess around with white men. And I believe what Statuesque One said in the plan video. You know, I've been studying this stuff, and my eyes were open in March of 2016. I never gave a fuck about interracial relationships. I personally wanted to marry a black woman. That was my plan. But at the end of the day, what opened my eyes was when I started listening to what these black women who were in interracial relationships were saying. I read some articles, I read some comments, and I noticed patterns. There was a lot of black men need to die, a lot of deifying of the white man, just a lot of weirdo shit. And I came to the conclusion very quickly. These women are fucking psychopaths. If you've ever been with a white man and you're a black woman, I don't trust you, period. You can do nothing for me. I can do nothing for you. If that bothers some people, you want to unsubscribe, that's fine. That is, as a matter of fact, I strongly suggest you do. Don't tell me you're going to do it. Just do it and go. Meat Magazine. Don't ask me again why I don't trust swirlers, swirling psychopaths. I'm going to keep exposing them. I have plenty more material like this. Trust me. A whole bunch of them are coming. Meat Magazine.